Welcome to the Tales of the Dark Multiverse, right here at Comicstorian, where we take some of your favorite trade paperback single issues and we break them down into digestible bites. Then we read them dramatically back to you. Today is the story of Wonder Woman, The War of Gods, which is an alternate take of the classic storyline, The War of Gods. You see, the Tales of the Dark Multiverse tells us stories of evil versions of your favorite stories. In the Dark Multiverse, the inverted side of our heroes, where the not-so-positive and not-so-heroic heroes live. So this is a one-shot in the series. Once again, it is Tales of the Dark Multiverse, Wonder Woman, War of the Gods. As the multiverse stretches, it has many worlds that hinge on the balance between light and dark. There is one of which where the gods of different pantheons battle their counterparts for supremacy. And Diana of Themyscira, the Wonder Woman, tries desperately to bring the peace, but is met with an enemy in the shape of an ally. What she does not know yet is that her friend's mind is cluttered by magic, controlled against his will by someone whose hatred of her is only outmatched by an insane lust for power. Prophecy is the thread that binds Diana and Circe's destinies together. It is pulled tight like a noose by Hecate, witch goddess and mother of magic. But while the gods battle, Hecate also plays a role in the world of many. Through Circe, the witch goddess weaponized the Bene Migdal Amazons' hatred towards their sister. Themyscira was revealed and declared a hostile nation, and her people enemies of the American state. Diana made the ultimate sacrifice for her people and her friends to make sure that Circe's evil magic is quelled. Meanwhile, the avatars of every pantheon imaginable stand to bear witness to the battle for Diana's very soul. Diana and Circe clash, and in the end, it is Circe's greed that destroys her. However, for Diana, the fight has only just begun. It is said that upon the death of the witch goddess, Hecate, by name and choice, she shall repossess Diana's soul. With Circe dead, Hecate comes for what was promised, Wonder Woman herself. Thinking the power of truth will deliver her, the mighty hero unleashes her lasso at the purest incarnation of the goddess. And on another Earth, that was enough to dispel Hecate's influence and end this tale. But here, in the Dark Multiverse, fate will not be destined. It is only beginning. During that battle, Hecate's influence did infect Diana. The battle within her felt as though her body was being torn apart, pain that she'd never known. Hecate's corruption spreading from within until finally Diana lashed out, striking Hecate down. Diana then parts the ground, throwing Hecate's body in an attempt to seal her until a lasting method could be found to rid her once and for all of this woman. Hecate screamed that she may bury her, but she plants her as a seed. The hatred and fear and pain will be as rain. And with that over, Diana helps the avatars, telling them that Hecate isn't gone as much as is contained. Hecate attempted to take over her mind while not expecting a fight, but for now she will remain buried and dormant until they learn a way to exorcise her. Lobo asks, "Are we really gonna buy that?" And Hawkman says that Wonder Woman is not known to lie, especially while holding a lasso of truth. However, what the gods don't realize is that Hecate still has plans. Plans that involve General Yedzenik, who also happens to be the god Phobos. Using his influence as Yedzenik, Phobos begins his plans of focusing the military on attacking Themyscira. What's more is that there are traitors within their ranks, namely Steve Trevor and Etta Candy. With no one stopping them, Phobos makes a small task force that carries out an attack on Themyscira, dropping bombs along the mainland. Once their payloads are spent, they would fly off, leaving Diana to pick up the pieces. However, it's not the destroyed buildings that grieve Diana, it's the attack that took away her mother, Queen Hippolyta. Hecate whispers in Diana's ear that she shouldn't be the one that's sorry. If she does not stop them, then they will destroy everything that she ever loved. Diana looks up to see the fighter jets heading back and leaps into the air shouting, "Murderers!" destroying them. Later that night, the heroes gather to say their goodbyes to the Queen of Themyscira. But as Hecate continues to whisper into Diana's ear, Zatanna could feel her aura was off. After she left one of the pilots alive, Diana goes to interrogate them and learns of the general's plans. Diana visits him at Hanscom Air Force Base, but she already knows who he is actually. Phobos bows, stating that he followed her instructions to the letter, but Diana doesn't understand. Phobos says that he sees it now. She is still in control, It won't be that way for long. Diana demands to know why he attacked Themyscira, and Phobos scoffs, telling her that the old gods are over and he does not follow them. However, in this brave new world, there is a new mistress, and there is plenty need of him. He has paved the way for his mistress to reclaim what is rightfully hers. Upon the death of the witch and the rebirth of the witch, Hecate by name and choice shall repossess her soul. Hecate knew that there was a chance that she would cause a problem, that her soul would not give in so easily, and in Hecate's infinite wisdom, she put in place insurance. As Phobos pulls up the files on Steve and Etta Candy, Diana's eyes go wide, asking, did he? And Hecate whispers again, stating that it is unfortunate that she chose to resist the death of her mother, the death of her dear friends, the destruction of her home. The idea of losing Steve Trevor staggers Diana, and Phobos tells her that he was the one who took care of the bodies, made sure that they were sent off with full military honors, that they can visit their resting place if she wishes. Hecate says that that's it. Let the anger and the hate flow. Let them set her blood on fire. Diana tries to resist the urge, but soon Hecate manages to pull Diana's mind away and take over. And just as Diana did to her, Hecate throws Diana into the pit, telling her that her love is what allowed this to happen, that her greatest strength is also her greatest weakness. The time for Wonder Woman and the old gods is finished, and it was her who ushered it in. Using Diana's body, Hecate sought to end the gods of Olympus, cutting them and absorbing their power one by one. However, there was something not right. Hecate wasn't getting stronger. Zeus laughs, asking if she had forgotten the most basic rules of the gods. It is the belief that powers them. The world of man no longer makes sacrifices to Olympus. There are new gods among them now, those who the people believe in. And it is time for Hecate to begin anew. If the old gods were powerless and barely enough to give her energy, then she need to focus elsewhere. Hecate then calls Diana's Amazon sisters, telling them that it is time for them to be as one, to stand together, to rule together. They will create a new Themyscira using the Americans' builds. And with the rebirth of the Amazons will come belief and worship. The chaos will bring the false gods, these superheroes, and they will fall just as the Olympians did before them. And once the new Themyscira is constructed, the false gods come. It doesn't take long for Batman to notice that this is not their Diana. Hecate reveals herself, and just as Batman attempts to subdue her, the Flash stops him. Diana is their friend, Batman. You can't! But Hecate grabs Flash by the throat, and as a single tear rolls down her cheek, Diana quietly says, I am so sorry. Hecate then begins to absorb the Flash, and as the heroes charge in, Hecate's strength coupled with Diana's proves to be more than enough to hold them back. Superman attempts to stop Hecate, but even Superman's strength is no match for her. During the struggle, Martian Manhunter holds Hecate's mind in place, telling Superman to help her, and Diana cries, stating that they need to kill her while they can. And Superman denies this. He tells them no, there has to be another way other than killing Wonder Woman, and at that moment, Hecate regains control, ending the Manhunter's life. Superman finds the courage to do what has to be done, but before he could strike Wonder Woman down, Hecate reaches into his chest, pulling out his heart. She tells him that the more that Diana rages inside, the stronger that she'll become. And Zatanna calls on the other mages, telling them that she can still feel Diana inside. If they work together, they can weaken Hecate. And with everyone's help, Zatanna manages to bind her, allowing the others to enter the mindscape of Diana to help free her. But in doing so, they give Diana her footing, and they ultimately had to sacrifice themselves. With Hecate now in a weakened state, she is captured and shackled down in the caves of New Themyscira with the spells to stop her return of power. But even without Hecate's influence, Phobos continued to sow the seeds of chaos and reap the rewards as he was given full authority over the largest and most dangerous army in the world. He uses its power to hunt down and destroy the so-called new gods of man, the superheroes, and yet there is a flicker of hope left. If there is ever to be any savior, it is love. But for now, love remains locked in a bitter and deadly dance with hate, raging inside the woman who once inspired peace in all. And that concludes our latest episode of Tales of the Dark Multiverse. Don't forget to click the link down below. Buy this book yourself if you want to be enjoying these stories as they come out. And you can also subscribe to our channel to get more Dark Multiverse, the conclusion to Death Metal, and a fun story known as Wonder Woman Dead Earth, which is coming out very soon. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed what we do here, and don't forget, with everything happening here at YouTube, your support is needed and greatly appreciated. Thank you so much to our Patreons, and if you want to become one, head on over to patreon.com/Comicstorian. Outside of that, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all next time right here at the Comicstorian channel.